Yep, Border Protection and Control. They actually were at the gas station talking with this truck full of men when one of the people in that vehicle got out and ran across State Road 200. I want to tell you a little bit first, though, about Eric Oliver. He had been on the force for 7 years. In fact, the sheriff beamed today when he talked about the promotion that he was able to give him just 2 years ago. He was a correctional officer, and then in 2014, he was promoted to patrol because he saw something in him and knew that he would do a good job. And he said that's exactly what he was doing today, and his instinct actually kicked in when he saw that man running across 200 here. And you can see this is a busy road. It is still an active scene. Police out here, FHP, now taking over this investigation, trying to clean up this road to get it back open. We were able to shoot some video, though, just minutes ago of the vehicle that we do believe was involved in this accident. What we are hearing from Leeper is that the woman who was driving really didn't have any other option, that when Oliver came running in the road pursuing that person, that she likely did not see him and was just unable to stop. He also pointed out that she has been helpful in giving them as much information, as she's able to give. But again, it was unavoidable from what he's able to tell. But the man who ran away, he was able to get away, and they're still looking for him this afternoon, as you mentioned. Leeper pointed out that, Nassau County is a small community. He knew Oliver's parents, his daughter. And as you just heard, he got emotional when he talked about having to tell that 6-year-old. But he said her daddy loved doing his job, that he was good at it. But Leeper said it is a job with no guarantees.
Law enforcement is a tough job. I mean, we go into situations where you never know what's going to happen. Dangerous situations, and some are not dangerous. But we just want to do our job. We just want to protect our community, and we're not out to try to hurt anybody. We just want to make sure that we're doing our job and doing it correctly, doing it legally, and making sure our community is as safe as possible. And tragic things happen, and it's unfortunate, but that's the risk we take. We take the oath of office to serve and protect our community. So, and Eric died doing that.
And so, as you see, it is a tough day here for residents as well. Many have come up to us, saying their prayers are with this community and with this family. As for this investigation, it is ongoing. They are searching for that person who got out and ran. They're also trying to clean up the road here behind me. FHP saying they are hoping to get it open as soon as possible once they gather what they need and they're able to clean the road up so that it is safe to travel. For now, we're live, though, in Yulee. Melanie Lawson, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you. The sheriff's office there. 120, 140 people in that office, and they are family to each other. Now, as for the man who ran from the Gate gas station, we told you a little bit earlier, they've got helicopters up, canines searching right now. Finding this man is paramount.
Channel 4's Bakari Savage is joining us now with more on the search for this man. Bakari?
Jen, adding to this tragedy is the impact of the SUV, actually, that deputies say hit Oliver. You can take a look at it right here. I mean, just take a look. The windshield is smashed in. The front bumper and fender are mangled. Well, what's left of it. She collided with Deputy Oliver when he was on foot making that chase across from the Gate gas station, which is right here. We're going to pan over to the right so that you can take a look at the Gate gas station. This is where everything began this morning. That's where Border Patrol was making that stop around 7:30. They asked 2 deputies for assistance, which they gave. One of those was Eric Oliver. You see, there were 2 Nassau County Sheriff's Office cruisers there. Those have been removed from here. This is footage from earlier. The area had been cordoned off. They just reopened the gas station just a few minutes ago. During the check of the truck with multiple people inside, one got out, ran, crossing A1A. Both deputies followed. One made it, and unfortunately, Deputy Oliver did not. You can see that from that, they had to close the stretch of the road that's been blocked. Again, that's where that Kia SUV has been lifted onto this tow truck. Deputies think that One of the people in the truck ran into that wooded area. That was an area where we saw being searched earlier. This search continues. I'm told that deputies and Border Patrol are awaiting translators to speak with the other people in that truck. Of course, this is something that we're going to continue to follow and keep you updated on air and online at news4jax.com. Reporting live in Nassau County, I'm Bakari Savage, Channel 4, the local station.
Bakari, two questions. Number one, are you hearing helicopters overhead? Because we understand that they're being involved in the search. And number two, there is word that they may have the person they're looking for on surveillance video. Have they gotten the videotape from that Gate gas station?
Okay, Bruce, we did hear helicopters above earlier. I'm told that they were checking the Gate station as well as the bank right next to it for that surveillance footage. I do believe that they are checking footage from that Gate station. So for us, it's just a matter of waiting until that is released to us. Bruce.
Bakari, thank you very much. We can probably glean the fact that they reopened the Gate gas station, so they've got what they need from there right now. Now, there are two daycares in the area. They are on lockdown. This is just as a precaution while they search for this man.
Ashley Harding is joining us now live from Yulee in front of one of those daycares. Ashley?
Well, Jen, they said that that really was the best thing to do, knowing that this suspect is still out there. You were asking Bakari just minutes ago about the helicopters. We're about a mile, a little less than a mile from the scene, and I can actually hear that JSO helicopter just minutes before when we were still talking to Bakari. We could see them just over my photographer's shoulder. He was kind of hanging real low. You can tell they are searching primarily for that suspect who is still on the run. Also, just in the last few minutes, I got a phone call from the PIO for Nassau County Public Schools, who tells me, you know, thankfully the public schools, the students here were on Thanksgiving break and have been all week. And he tells me, given the situation, that really has turned out to be a blessing. But yes, we are here at the Step-by-Step Learning Center here in Nassau County. This is one of two that are confirmed lockdown right here in Nassau County. I've also searched around and made phone calls to other daycares in the area. In addition to the Step-by-Step Learning Center is the Early Impressions Daycare. They are also on a self-imposed lockdown. They said this is something they decided to do. It really was just the wisest decision. They want to make sure their students are not outside and that their faculty is also safe. I also reached out to Dunn's Creek Baptist Church Daycare. They are not on lockdown at this time, but they say they are prepared to do so should the need arise. There's also the Learning Experience Daycare. I could not get a hold of them, but I also reached out to Just for Kids Daycare. The woman I spoke with said she was not very familiar with the situation, but she says she will be keeping an eye on the news and to find out if the need is there. She says she is also prepared to go on lockdown. But yes, you can really feel the urgency in the search for this suspect. Like I said, we have been here. We're only about a little less than a mile from where that scene is. We're also about less than a mile from Northampton, about a mile and a half or so. And we are here. We have heard those helicopters. They are in the area with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. They are assisting. And of course, you were asked if you know anything about where this suspect is, please reach out to the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live, Ashley Harding, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you. Ashley mentioned the Northampton area. That's a neighborhood that is not far from the Walmart there, which is where the intersection of A1A and 200 are, and this is back a little further on 200 as you approach 95. So these are some new images just into the newsroom.
Yeah, it's a somber scene, certainly at the medical examiner's office here in Jacksonville. Several deputies, as you can see, with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office, they were there. It's where the deputy's body was taken. Eric Oliver, no doubt a hard day for this agency, without a doubt. All right, we want to bring our crime and safety analyst, Gil Smith, a retired Jacksonville Sheriff's officer, was with the force for many years. His perspective certainly on what undoubtedly is a terrible, terrible day for the Sheriff's Office.
Gil, it was obvious that this touched Sheriff Leeper personally. He knows the family. The police department there is a small, tight-knit community, 120, 140 strong, but they know that they have a job to do as well. It's a difficult dichotomy to deal with.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them because even in a large department like JSO, where you have 1,500 sworn officers, all the police officers in JSO don't know each other. I mean, even when I left JSO, there were several officers I would see almost on a daily basis that I had never seen before. But in a department that small, 150 officers, and he has been on for 7 years. They all know each other. Their families know each other. Some of them may even vacation together or spend weekends together. So it's extremely difficult because they're like almost personal friends, all of them, with each other.
Yeah, and Gil, let's just talk a little bit about this investigation. I know it's very early in it. We were hearing from Lieutenant Dillon, of course, with FHP, about possible charges that at least this man who was being pursued by the deputy could face, considering the fact that if a crime had been committed, that this deputy died in the process of that, which is, you know, legal jargon for whether or not this man could face charges related to the deputy's death. What do you think?
Well, there are several possibilities. It appears that he was not officially a prisoner. They were being detained. Now, if he were actually a prisoner who was in custody, then you have escape charges and then enhanced penalties because of the death of the officer. But it seems like they were being lawfully detained by Border Patrol and being assisted by Nassau County. So, like you said, depends on, or if he were in the commission of a felony, committing a felonious crime, which appears that may not be the case either. So right now we're looking at, resisting an officer because they were there detained. They were told to stay there and not to leave, and he fled. So, that'll all be a part of the investigation to find out exactly what their status was at the time that he fled.
Okay, so that covers the person who they're looking for right now. How about those others who were in the pickup? Could they possibly face charges?
I don't think so, because they did not do anything wrong. You know, they were told to stay there, and they did stay there. Now, they're going to be useful and helpful to them in the investigation, because I'm sure that they know the person who fled. So they could provide police with his address, other known things about him, what type of person he is, if he's violent, places that he may go, or people that he may know in the area that he may be going to. So they're going to be very helpful in the investigation. Yeah,
paint a portrait of who this man is, who he knows, and maybe track him down. Crime and Safety Analyst Gil Smith, thank you very much.